Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to the new video. If you're new around here, my name is Glenn and I make content about all things film and entertainment. So welcome if you're new. If you're not, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back and watching these videos. In this video we're going to be discussing my thoughts on the Evil Dead trilogy and why they are so much fun. I normally have my LEDs on. You can't see them. What, did I change it so we can't? Oh no. Well, you can see that. I thought red would be an appropriate choice today because, you know, red, blood, horror, ooh, spooky stuff. I'm just back from my holiday. Unfortunately, I didn't film any videos while I was away, but I brought my microphone and I was equipped to film, but I unfortunately didn't. But we're back home with the grind. Here we go. Yeah, let's get into it. So, my uncle recommended the Evil Dead films to me about November. I knew about them before, but I didn't think they'd be that good or anything. So, when he told me to watch them, I put them on my watch list on Letterboxd and searched it up, and it was like 3.8, 3.9, pretty sure the rating was for the first one. I was like, oh, okay. So it's obviously not like a piece of crap that most people recommend you. It gets like a 2.2. Yeah, I get that a lot. So, I realised that this could actually be quite good, so I recently watched it. March? No, April. It was April. Yeah, it was April. So I watched it in April, at the start of April, because I saw the second one was coming on TV, so I set that up to record to get it on the big screen. I watched the first one on my tablet and I was seriously blown away with how entertaining it was, how good it was, and actually how scary it was. I don't actually think I've been scared by a horror film, but that one comes close to, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like scary, but there was a couple of scenes that I jumped at, like a jump scare or whatever. The effects in the first one is amazing. Bruce Campbell fits Ash perfectly. The whole cast gives good performances, your classic horror film. The camera work in these films is so good, but the first one I think is the one that stands out because just the camera work is so good. Especially the opening scene, it's just through the swamp, it looks amazing. I was surprised that Sam Raimi, the director of the Spider-Man films, which is what I know him from, actually started off with these films. That was an interesting fact to find out, but you learn something new every day with film. The films are so quotable. In the second one, my favourite scene I think in all of them, Ash absolutely blasting all the zombies.
Groovy.
That scene was so good. They're surprisingly funny. It's like dark humour. It's like a black comedy, like American Psycho type, because it's like horror, gore, but with an aspect of comedy that just lightens up the tone a wee bit. I would say the second one has the best humour while still being quite gory. First and second one are definitely the best. The second one's close to being 5 stars. I give it like a 9.8 out of 10. The first one I put a 9.5. And the third one, Army of Darkness, about an 8 out of 10. It wasn't as good. You could tell they were running out of ideas with that one, but it was still entertaining. I watched that tonight as of recording this, and I really wanted to get this video out soon because I love these films and very, very good films. I do find them very entertaining. Again, the effects in them are really good, and the ending of the first one was perfect to set up into the second one. So, on to the second one. The second one, much the same as the first one. The script is great, it's very sharp and down and it's just on point. Cinematography is the best out of all 3 of them in the second one. I think everything is just better in the second one in my opinion. The practical effects, again, for the time, 1987 or 85, I think it was
85. The first one, nah, I'm confused now. I thought the first one was 87 or 82. Oh, and then I thought the third one, I don't know.
Whatever year it was either the 80s or the 90s. It was very good, very ahead of its time, so hats off to them. Still low budget, a bit higher than the first one though, because the first one got a fair bit of recognition. The first one actually got banned in the UK for a bit because they were supposedly really disturbing because there was a tree rape scene. It wasn't graphic, it was very tame. But obviously at the time they thought, oh, this is groundbreaking things. We're going to scar the audience of the UK and people can't walk through the woods at night in case they get harassed by a tree. Yeah, the UK is bonkers, but we love the UK. Back to the second one. Yeah, so everything's better. The cinematography, the script, the acting, the whole plot is just, it's good. I love the scene where everything in the room with Ash is moving, like the deer head spins round and, you know, the lights are flickering and the blood comes out everywhere. That scene is really cool. I can play a bit of it here. That scene's cool. All the fight scenes in it are like really cool and they're badass and filmed well. Again, Bruce Campbell just does a really good job as Ash. I don't think he should be replaced, ever. So yeah, the second one, just as good as the first one, and better, with everything better in my opinion. The pacing in these films, oh, they're so good. Perfect runtime, I think. About 90 minutes, all of them, 90 minutes. Fits in what they need to, without making things boring or making things too fast. I just think, for these films, it was perfect runtime, and it wasn't like 7 hours. The ending of the second one was a bit, you know, goofy, and the CGI, obviously for the time, the CGI was poor, but it's the time when this was recorded and filmed, so what did I expect? I don't know, but my expectations for this computer editing should not have been as high as that. So yeah, the end of the second one is a bit iffy. But it leads right into the start of the third one, and the third one even gives you a recap of the first two at the start, which I loved because I'd went on holiday and I'd watched the first two like consecutively, day after day. Then I went on holiday for a week and didn't watch the third one. I came back tonight and watched the third one, and yeah, I'm glad it gave me a recap because it was everything I needed. It was just a nice sum up of everything that I'd forgotten. The whole time period thing back in the olden days, medieval, they were really cautious of Ash and how he got there. I don't want to spoil anything, but I wasn't a big fan of the whole time period thing. Just medieval things aren't my thing, and I'm really nervous to start Game of Thrones because I think that, and I don't want to be slandered for saying I don't like Game of Thrones because it's medieval. But everyone who watches Game of Thrones says it's good no matter what. So I like the Lord of the Rings, and that's medieval. Why would I not like Game of Thrones? Yeah, hopefully I will. Yeah, the medieval thing in Evil Dead just didn't do it for me. Army of Darkness didn't really do it, but I can't take that away from the whole thing. It was well executed. Again, the things in it were good. Cinematography was alright, script was alright, action was good as usual. Ash, the whole performances were good. The pacing was impeccable. There's nothing you can change about the pacing in these films. It's on point. And the ending of this Army of Darkness was quite good as well. It was a nice roundup, I would say, until I don't know how it works, like the remake or whatever from 2013. I'll probably watch that at some point, but just not urgently like these three films, because these three were all so good. But yeah, that's the third one, so they're all good in their own way. Special effects is the main key thing. They are on point. The gore, the special effects is so good. I urge you to watch these films, no matter if you're into horror or not. They're not that scary. There's a comedy element to them, a nice underlying tone there to keep you more relaxed than you would be watching something like Hereditary or something like that, Saw. So yeah, that's good that they've got that, and they're really unique films that I think you should definitely check out. Some amazing low budget films. Sam Raimi, popular director of Spider-Man. If you've seen the Spider-Man films and you want to watch more from Sam Raimi, why would you not? So yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment where you found out about me, or if you're a regular subscriber or a regular watcher, just give me a nice comment. I appreciate it. I do put a lot of work into these videos, although comments may get turned off because they always get turned off. YouTube, I'm not under 13. So anyways, that wraps up for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Put the notifications on all for new videos. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.